October 20th, 1967, Bluff Creek, California, the Six Rivers National Forest. The most famous film, Roger Patterson and Bob Gimlin. This is of a recording of a female Bigfoot, supposed female Bigfoot. Other names for Bigfoot: Sasquatch, that's a Salish word in Native American; Yeti, Russian Himalayan; Alma Mongolia; Sabe, Native American; rock apes, Vietnam; Yowie Australia; Skunk Ape Florida; orange Pendek, Indonesia-Sumatra area; Yeren China; Hibangon Japan. This female Bigfoot was about 7 foot tall. It was recorded about 80 feet away from them. Smelled like dog out of the rain, and I quote, rolling in something dead. Recorded a minute-long video, and then they went back later to take footprint casts of it. Dale Sheets was later asked about this recording by these guys. He's the director of film and SFX department in Universal Studios, and he said, we could try faking it, but we would have to create a completely new system of artificial muscles. And then he went on to say, we would have to say that it would be almost impossible. If it is a man in an ape suit, then it's a very good one. A job like that would take time and money to produce. Ken Patterson, executive at Disney, also said after watching the film, being asked about it, that their technicians would not be able to duplicate the film. Then Walt Disney's chief and animation and his 4 assistants also saw the film and praised it as a beautiful piece of work that must have been shot in the studio. Once they were told it was shot outside and not in the studio, they shook their heads and just walked away in disbelief. So you have a couple doctors, Canada, Idaho, Texan doctors in different fields. Dr. Jeffery Meldrum, professor of anatomy and anthropology. He believes in footprints made by the creatures, has different locomotive abilities than a human, while Dr. John Bindernagel, he's a wildlife biologist. He's studied, heard, and he even saw one in British Columbia. And then Dr. Melba Ketchum, genetic scientist, researcher, and veterinarian. She started the Sasquatch Genome Project, which gathered Bigfoot DNA from scat and hair follicles of supposed Bigfoot. And its findings were half human hybrid, and through genetic testings, the study tested 20 whole mitochondrial genomes, 3 whole nucleal genomes from this being, and found it to be an unknown hominid related to Homo sapiens and, quote, other primate species, with the results finding of male's unknown hominid species and the female was a Homo sapien. I find it strange that this being has been recorded and spoken of all over the world. I'll probably make more videos. Obviously there's a thought that it might be Gigantopithecus that's still somehow alive or an offshoot of that. Some believe it's completely false because you can't find bodies to hide even to be seen by hunters. You hear some hunters, but it's just not widely spoken of. It's a very niche audience, and the audience that listen to it, obviously we're all kind of weird, but we have an interest for it because it would be cool if it's real. So these are some of the findings just from that video. Once again, one of the best documented video that it possibly could be real, possibly could be true. It could not be replicated back then in all the suits that they had, and still can probably. I mean, now you probably could pretty easily, but that's just what I have there on the Robert Patterson Bob Gimlin footage.